Hi, I'm Jason Bryan from the Short-Time Wrestling Podcast and founder of the Mat Talk Podcast Network. Shows on the network are individually owned and operated, and those opinions presented and expressed may not reflect others, the sponsors, patrons, or the parent network. Find more shows about the greatest sport in the world at the Mat Talk Podcast Network at mattalkonline.com.
The mind of Pat Popolizio is a wondrous thing. And for you Pack wrestling fans, you'll get to go inside the mind of the Skip each and every episode here on the Pack Mentality Pop-Ins podcast. Now, here's your host, NC State Director of Athletics Digital Communications, Brian Reinhardt.
Episode number 79 of the Pack Mentality Pop-Ins podcast is one of our favorite every year. It's the preview for the NCAA Championships. I'm your host, NC State Director of Athletics Digital Communications, Brian Reinhardt, and after 3 takes, I finally got the intro right. So I'm sitting here with the head coach of the Wolfpack, Pat Popolizio. Pat, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, great to be back. And by the way, that was a phenomenal introduction. It took you 4 times, but
I was going to say,
you got it down. 79 episodes and it took 4 tries.
79 episodes in. I want perfection, so I kept hitting quit.
We're breaking you today.
Might have said
Postseason, you got to be in your A game. You know that.
Couple stall calls on me here. But Pat, great time of year. We're getting ready to head to St. Louis. Obviously, a lot different travel, everything this year. How excited are you to get the guys out to St. Louis?
Yeah, fired up. This time of the year, you got to be on your A game, got to be excited. Good energy in our room. Grateful, thankful to have the opportunity from what happened a year ago. We were talking about it just today, actually, as a team, where we were 1 year ago today, and just glad we have the opportunity to compete, put it on the line. And I know there's been a lot of people behind the scenes to help us get there. And obviously Boo leading the way in the front line for us, making things happen this past week to get us there safely.
I was going to say, you mentioned Boo. Before practice started, he came, talked to the team. What was his message like? How do the guys receive a message from their AD sometimes?
They love it. I think that's important. Someone that's got, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, busy as he is, taking the time to come in to talk to us before we head out there. Message was great. We know how much he's done for athletics, all the athletes here, and I think that's one thing he's done a great job, is not affecting anything for any athletes, regardless of what sport it is, with all the tough times and cuts that have been going on behind the scenes. I think that was the main thing for him, and I think the administration's done a great job for those athletes not to feel anything. And we're going to get through it, and the sun's going to come up, and we'll get back to some type of normalcy here in the near future. Who knows exactly timeline to that, but little by little, the door's going to open for us.
Kind of random. NCAAs were just at St. Louis maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You've been to many. How does St. Louis rank as a hosting city?
It's a great city. It works well for wrestling because I think everything's in walking distance. You don't have to drive to get guys food during sessions. And this year, being the way it's going to be scheduling-wise, you're going to have a lot of turnover with guys going back and forth. So they can walk right out of the arena to the hotel, grab some food. The luxury, it's good and bad. There's not going to be full capacity with fans, so the lines won't be that long for the guys. It's really catered towards those guys being able to compete, get the job done. It won't be as loud and rowdy in the arena, but people will be watching across the nation for sure.
I know you love St. Louis. You get that brisket and ribs like twice a day out there. So
yeah, right.
You
don't eat for 3 days. You know how that goes. You don't sleep and you don't eat for 3 days. You, on the other hand, I know snacks are important, so you'll be in that hospitality room.
I went to the dollar store today. I got some things.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
see
set.
Your bag's full over there.
Like you said, the hotel, it's right next to the stadium, easy to walk back and forth. But a little bit of change this year. Day one, usually all 10 weight classes are competed in the morning and then in the first round. Second round then is pushed in the evening. They broke it up. They don't want all 10 weight classes in the building at one time. So 125 to 157 is going to go first round, second round. Then in the night session, 65 through heavyweight. Does that change for you guys at all? What do you think? The guys are going to get 2 matches a lot closer than they were used to.
Yeah, It's wrestling, so it is different. But at the end of the day, we'll deal with round to round, match to match. Guys know the sport, so regardless if we got a long wait, short wait, we'll be in a good spot. But yeah, it'll be one of those. It's not the norm, but again, we're just glad we're having the opportunity to go there, put it on the line, leave it in the guys' hands. No one has an advantage or disadvantage. We all got to weigh in, show up, and wrestle 7 minutes.
What about ACCs were actually up a week earlier this year? There was an extra week between ACCs and NCAA. Anything change for you guys in regards to training or workouts or anything? How did you handle this extra week here?
It's been good. I think the downtime's helped a little bit. You can do a little more recovery. I think that's an important part going into the national tournament, getting guys rested up. We're in shape. We're ready to go. We've done cycled through some training sessions. We'll compete pretty hard in practice and back off. Make sure as hard as we compete, we're recovering as much. And that's an important part right now. The weather's been great here in Raleigh. So guys, obviously aren't allowed to hang out and be with groups, but getting outside, whether it's walking, hiking, just getting their mind off some things. I think it helps when the weather's nice like this to get guys kind of just to feel good and know we're getting ready for a big event and be nice and relaxed.
What a segue here.
Oh, here we go. I see brackets.
Not yet. Hold on.
Okay.
I did print out my brackets and I highlighted our guys, so I'm good to go. Yep. But I mentioned ACC championship. Congratulations. Third straight ACC title. NC State took home 5 individual trophies, 6 ACC finalists, 7 podium finishes. A great day of action in Reynolds. Overall, sum it up, your guys took care of business. What did you think of the ACC championships?
Yeah, I think the bigger the competitions, the higher you got to elevate your levels, and our guys did that. They all stepped up. A lot of them, had some rematches from whether it was during the season or a year ago at the ACC championships, and those guys wanted to make sure they went out on top with some matches that didn't quite go their way. We won a lot of close, tight matches, some gritty ways, so I was proud of the guys, the way they competed there. More importantly, I think it's getting us more ready for this tournament that we're about to encounter here next Thursday. And as tough as the ACC is right now, you want that. You want to be challenged, you want to be pushed, and make sure that you're ready to go. And I feel like every single guy across the board was tested in one way or another and showed up and left it on the line. And it was a complete team effort from medical staff, administration, to coaches, to athletes to win at that level. So it was exciting to be a part of that.
Now, I've asked you this before, but now we're heading into the NCAA championships. A lot less matches than you guys have had going in. Nationally, a lot of teams are up and down. I'm looking at some of these brackets. Some guys have 17 matches. Some guys have 5 matches. But you just say go out and wrestle. Are your guys prepared with the schedule that you set up this year?
Yeah, this year is a unique year. But I think the important part, don't forget, we were able to get in some events with the RTC Cup, some U.S. Open. So guys do have a lot of matches this year. They're just not on their record forms. But the good thing is guys have a lot of experience. There's not a lot of young freshmen in our lineup right now. So this is a year where we can rely heavily on our past experiences, kids that have performed in this tournament, been there, done it. And if you're new at it, let's just go put it on the line and wrestle and be excited to be there and score some points.
9 NCAA qualifiers for NC State this year. 5 have been here before for their 3rd time. But you have 4 guys. They're veteran guys. They've been starters here for 2 years, but without the NCAAs last year, they did not get to go. So you have 4 new guys going to NCAAs. How do you kind of get them ready when your other veteran guys have been there so many times?
I just think you mesh them in there with the guys that are experienced, and they'll lead the way. Guys want to compete, so regardless of what environment we're in, they're going to show up and take care of business. They're winners, and they've competed in big tournaments their whole life. So just having the guys that have had that experience before, that energy will be positive, and it'll take control for itself.
You're not a rankings guy. Are you a seeds guy?
I will be at the end of the tournament. I'll tell you exactly what our seeds were.
Do you know what our seeds are right now?
Yeah, I know where we're at.
Okay.
I checked it out real quick.
All right, because I highlighted them. I didn't know if you needed to cheat off my sheet of paper here.
No, I can tell you right now.
All right, let's go. Hey, let's get crazy. Let's start at 125 here. Redshirt sophomore Jakob Camacho. He got the 6th seed, coming off another ACC final appearance. Tough foe in that first round, the kid from America, and he's a 4-time qualifier. And if Jakob was to advance, the kid from Michigan, everybody's saying, he's an up-and-coming guy, but you kind of got to like Camacho coming in. He did take that loss. He was a little upset about that, but he's got his mindset now, and he's looking forward to proving to the world that was just one loss, and he's ready to get going here.
Yeah, he's very skilled, very talented, very focused right now. He's a competitor, doesn't take losing lightly, and that's what I think makes him who he is. He's got that chip on his shoulder, but he looks sharp and crisp right now, and I'm excited to watch him. I think the bigger the environment tournament you put him in, the more you get out of Jakob, and it's going to be an exciting tournament for him, and it's a guy that, wherever he's seated in that bracket, he's looking to win it and go out and beat the best guys in the country, and no matter where we're at, it's going to be show up, wrestle 7 minutes hard, everyone's going to be pretty solid there, and we got to just take care of business one round at a time.
Moving up to 133, another redshirt sophomore, first time at NCAAs too. Jarret Trombley got the 12th seed. He faces a guy from Air Force and potentially a rematch with Filippi from Pitt in the second round. But Trombley secured that starting spot at 133. ACCs, he got an automatic bid by placing 4th. What did you see out of him at ACCs to make sure that he's ready for his first NCAAs?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Anytime you get a guy to go there for the first time, I know he qualified last year, but to actually go and compete this year will be exciting to watch him. You never know. You get some guys for first time going there, they elevate their game. He's a dangerous guy if we get him wrestling 7 minutes and attacking. We know he's tough on top, gritty, in shape. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. What I saw at the ACCs is as the tournament went on, he gained a little more confidence, wrestled a little more offensive, and it was a gritty ride out that he had there in the Conci semis to win that match. And he's going to have to find a way. He's going to be in some dogfights at the NCAA tournament, and same kind of way, you're going to have to find a way to gut out whether it's a riding time point or escape. That's what he's going to need to do for us.
Moving up to 141, Tariq Wilson. Thought he was going to be seeded anywhere from 2 to 5. He's the number 4 seed at 141. Third NCAA appearance, and you talk about experience. Tariq is 8-3 all time at the NCAAs, 5 bonus point wins. So a lot of experience. Obviously 9-0 coming in. It's really set up for Tariq after all the work that he's put in. 2 top 10 wins here. That this could be a magical year for him.
Definitely, and he's shown that he can do that. He's as good as anybody any given day in the country, can win a national title. He's got a lot of offense, great on top, very, that length a lot of times makes it very challenging for people to wrestle. So, yeah, he's built for NCAA tournaments and for the big stage, and I think it's one that he's looked the best he has in a very long time with a dominant performance against some really good guys in our conference. So, looking forward to Tariq being the freak that he is and going out there and scoring points and letting things fly, nice and relaxed and having fun and put points up for us.
How happy were you at the ACCs? Not only did he get his first ACC championship, but he kicked off the finals round for you with a major decision over Sherman, a top 10 guy at UNC. That really gave you guys some momentum in those finals.
Definitely. Set the tone for us with that right away. And not an easy thing to do with a guy that you've wrestled. I think those guys have 7 or 8 times they've wrestled each other, so they're very familiar, very tough kid to wrestle. And to put points up like that, I think shows you where he's at, that he can do that against anybody in the country in a given time. And he's just got to go out and put it on the line because he's fun to watch when he lets things fly.
4-time ACC champion now, Hayden Hidlay, number 2 seed at 157. Actually going for school history here. He could be the first 4-time All-American in NC State history, and you would appreciate this. I texted Gwiz yesterday because Gwiz got pissed at me when I called Nick a 3-time All-American, but he did an All-American 4 times here, so I only care what you do at NC State.
No, that's not cool.
I know, it's not, but it's the only thing I can get Nick on right now. But so Hayden, how special would it be four-time All-American here at NC State.
Yeah, it would be big. There's been a lot of greats that have come through NC State, and we respect the past of what all our athletes have done here. And to put yourself at the top of the list there is not an easy thing to do. So we're excited to get him out there and put him in position to do that and tie Nick Wisdowski for the four-time All-American status here at NC State.
Disputed. But talk about experience. Hayden's another guy. He has, this is going to be his third trip, but he has 11 matches under his belt at NCAAs, comes in as the 2 seed, and I think everybody is excited about 57 as the top 3 seeds they didn't meet this year, I should say, in college. You got me struggling.
A lot of people haven't met this year, Brian. I don't know if you see the.
Well, here's the thing. Usually, one person struggles, the other person helps them out and fills it in.
I'm going to bury you a little bit today.
All right, but 157, top seed Deacon, number 2 seed Hayden, number 3 seed Carr from Iowa State. This is a heck of a bracket. Not even mentioning those other top seeds that are in this bracket, but these top 3 guys, everybody wants to see all 3 of these guys hit.
Yeah, definitely. They're some of the best guys in NCAAs right now, and I think the way they wrestle, people enjoy that style. They're very offensive, very aggressive, very elite, and have won big tournaments in their careers. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. We got to take one match at a time, get to the next round, and then. What I like about Hayden is he's been there. He's wrestled the greats, as he talked about in his interview yesterday. He's wrestled the best guys in the NCAAs in the big stage, so he's ready for that. And I think we've seen out of him, his best wrestling comes in the national tournament, and I'm looking forward to watching him go out there and compete to win the national title this year.
Going back-to-back Bullard here, going to start at 65. Thomas gets the 17 seed. He has a rematch, the 16 seed Formato, App State, first round. You as a coach, the guys, do they like rematches this early? What do you think when these two are very familiar with each other, not just from this year but previous years? Do you like a rematch? Do you want to see somebody new?
Yeah, I think when you take a loss in a dual meet and you got couple months to improve and get better, you're going to want that rematch. If it's one that they've had a long history with each other, yeah, sometimes you want to see some new competition. But the reality is, in a tournament like that, you're going to hit someone that you've wrestled at some point in your career, whether it was this year or years past or in high school. That's just the way it's going to happen. But yeah, we got to be ready to go. I like Bullard where he's at. I think he's a dangerous guy to wrestle in a tournament, being as tough as he is, and I think he's just coming along right now, hitting his stride. Beginning of the year, he was a little banged up with that injury that he had, and it took a month and a half to get him back to being full health. And I'll tell you what, the 3 weeks that we've had after the ACC tournament really helped him, and he's looked really good in the room right now.
Bullard's the 17th seed at 165. He has some great wins this year. He's downed the number 3 seed Wenzel, and of course a top 10 win over Monday in the ACCs for third. How big was that third place finish for Bullard to get his confidence back up?
Yeah, that was huge. And those guys have obviously wrestled. I think that was the third time this year. When you don't have a lot of matches and you're wrestling the same guy, and they're both those matches were tough, gritty matches. Those guys scrapped pretty hard, and finally getting that win to beat an automatic qualifier I thought was pretty big, because let's face it, getting a wild card at 65 this year was probably not an easy task, and who knows where you were going to be at in the committee's hands. So I'm glad we took care of business there, and now we got to do the same thing come NCAAs.
Brother Daniel is at 174, the number 8 seed. Obviously, you weren't on the podcast last time. Everybody was asking me where you were, but Daniel crushed it on the podcast, talked about life off the mat. Ask everybody, go back and give it a listen. Pat, you can even go back and give it a listen. I know you haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, okay, on my car rides. You're one of my favorite podcasts.
But Daniel did talk about this is going to be his last season. He obviously wants to go out on a great note, but how great is it that he won that ACC title, the first of his career, just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been big. He's competed every year there for us and scored points, helped us as a team. But you want to have that title, when you come back here 20, 30 years, when you're walking through, when he's a big donor. Want to see that name on the wall as an ACC champ, and those guys obviously have done a lot for this program, and they've been very consistent. Guys have shown up and done everything we've asked them to do, and you like seeing a kid get rewarded when they win. So I thought that was really good, and plus I think he's one of the most improved guys we've had on our team this year. When you look from a year ago where he's at, I think that's a reflection of his commitment, focus, and obviously the coach is doing a phenomenal job working on some things with him. But yeah, he's gonna do some good things for us here next week at the national tournament.
Had to laugh at the donor line because guys don't even make it out of WB at that last practice. You already asked for a donation.
You got to start them early. Give back. It's all about giving back, Brian. Still waiting on that check from you.
Believe me, I give back to NC State quite a bit. Bullard, the 8 seed, he's got an Air Force guy first. If he was to make it through, got a couple Big Ten guys waiting for him. As you said, 8-1 this year. He's really turned it around. He has a potential to go out there, get a lot of points for you guys. Yeah,
those guys' style, being as tough as they are on top, they're dangerous. So when you're in a tournament setting, those are big points for you. And I do think a year or two ago we wrestled Air Force. Maybe it was at the Scuffle. Adam was talking about it today. So I think they're familiar with each other. So that'll be a rematch that got to show up and compete and get, round by round. Don't overlook anything.
Should have had Adam on the podcast because I have no idea, and I know you have no idea if they wrestled before.
I usually do, so quiz me all you want.
184, another ACC champion, Trent Hidlay. First we're going to hit on. He got that overtime win over Bolin. Came in, everybody talked about him versus Bolin. How crucial was that win for Trent?
It was big. I think that's a match that could be wrestled in the national finals. So to go out and get a win over a kid like that shows you where he's at. Both those guys are going to compete to win it this weekend. And getting over the hump, sometimes it's the first win you got to get, and then they'll come a little easier maybe down the road. But it's one of those that he needed to do, and he wrestled a great match. Both guys put it on the line, and they wrestled extremely hard, and getting that takedown in overtime, put them in a good position to get the 2 seed, because I think winning your conference tournament when you got a guy ranked that high puts you in position to where you want to be.
As you jumped ahead, Trent is the 2 seed at 184, and kind of interesting. He's 6-1 on the year. One of those wins was a Duke forfeit, but even though he only has 6 matches overall, he's faced a ranked foe in every single one except for the very first one, and that one the guy was up for a wild card. So Trent might not have as many matches, but the competition that he has faced, it has got to help him moving into his first NCAA championship.
Yeah, and let's not forget his off-season wrestling that he did. And when I say off-season, basically November and December.
You told me there is no off-season for wrestling.
Oh, okay. Freestyle season. How about that, bud? I think those matches have helped him tremendously. His offense has opened itself up, and being gritty on top, getting a little better there. He's built for tournaments like this, and that's where you're going to see him succeed and elevate his game. And I'm excited to watch him put it on the line there. And I think, again, it's his first national tournament since last year. Didn't happen, but those guys have the experience, being in the World Championships, going to the U.S. Open, wrestling the RTC Cup. He beat national champs at the RTC Cup, so it's nothing that he's not going to see that he's already encountered, and look forward to letting him let things fly.
Up at 197, Nick Reenan got a wild card, and you brought in this 2016 recruiting class, ranked number 1 nationally. Tariq Wilson, Hayden Hidlay, Thomas Bullard, Daniel Bullard, Nick Reenan, all 5. Kind of their last ride here as a group together. As you said, some might be leaving, some might be coming back, but how much has that recruiting class meant to your program?
It's been huge. It elevated the game. It was the first class that truly believed we could compete to win a national title. When you started the recruiting process with those guys early in their career, that was the thing, is if you guys all come here and you guys all believe we can compete to win it. And I think now you're seeing it. Those guys got to go out and score the points for us. But Reenan's a big part of that. He shows up, wrestles the way he's capable. He's a dangerous draw at the national tournament because he can pin people from any position, and he can beat you just straight out by skill. So all he's got to do is show up, wrestle 7 minutes hard, and he's going to be able to beat a lot of really good guys.
I think it's kind of cool. You have those 5 guys, number 1 recruiting class in 2016. Your other 4 NCAA qualifiers were all in the same recruiting class too. People forget, but Deonte didn't redshirt. That class was ranked number 3 nationally. So obviously you want high recruiting classes, but they're paying off. Your 9 qualifiers are from those 2 classes.
Yeah. I think, again, you go back, you look at the mentality and the talent those guys have. There's a reason why we're in the position we're as a program, is because those guys have bought in, they believe, they do all the right things, and they have the ability to win and win at a high level. And it will be fun to watch them. They're competitors. That's what I love about them, is they don't accept losing. They don't, and if it's something when they do lose, you're going to get a dogfight out of them. And that's what's going to be needed here at the NCAA tournament by all 9 guys.
Final weight class, we're going up to the heavyweight. Another ACC champion, Deonte Wilson. Great to see him win that ACC title. He was so close last year. Really dominated ACC duels this year, so the great reward. And he got rewarded with the 10 seed, but this is going to be his first trip. He's a junior. What do you think Deonte's mindset is going into the NCAAs?
It's good. He looks great in practice. He's obviously been working on his offense and attacking a little more because his defense is phenomenal, bottom, top game. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy. He has, the conditioning to wrestle 7 minutes really at a high pace, and his recovery is phenomenal. So he's built for a tournament. I'm excited to see what he can do out there, because he's a hard guy to scout for, and he's big, athletic, and he's going to do some damage. And being the 10 seed puts you in a good spot. You gotta win matches, and you got to put it on the line, and that's one we got to show up and be at our best there, because I think good things are going to happen for him.
I know you mentioned his improvement over the years, but it seems like his bottom game has really improved the most. I remember freshman year, he kind of struggled in some of those matches, and now you want him to choose down so he can get out as quickly as he can. Yeah,
he's fast. He's powerful. I think the biggest thing with him is he, hadn't been wrestling his whole career, starting as a kid. So he still had to learn some of the fundamentals on bottom, and you're seeing it. When he picks things up, he studies things. He's a fast learner, and throw that in with his work ethic. It's a dangerous combo, and that's why he's probably up there for one of the most improved this year. And I think career-wise, he's really made huge gains.
Pat, tremendous preview. Very exciting time. 9 of 10 going out there. Still got one more thing to get you out of here. I know you're on your computer here looking up barbecue places.
Yeah. Okay.
But travel, it wasn't that easy this year to get everybody out there. A lot of work went behind the scenes. You did a lot of work. You had a lot of help too. Want to talk about how we're getting out there or anything, or thank any particular people?
Yeah, you were on me pretty hard about trying to get that chartered flight. So I, was talking with Boo, and he stepped up big, helped us out with the process of getting it, and part of the money to do that. And we met in the middle, and we had some donors step up and help us with that, because it's not a cheap thing to do, and the way that we have to do it, and the size of the plane we had to get. But yeah, we were able to raise the money we needed on our end by some friends of the program. A couple alumni chipped in too, and in 48 hours we had what we needed, because people want to see these guys go out there, compete, and do it in a safe way. So we're thankful that we have the backing and support that we do, and obviously and Boo's blessing and his help to financially make that happen. And the guys are extremely appreciative to that.
Top 4 teams get a team trophy. NC State has accomplished that recently. What is it going to take to bring home another team trophy?
Win. Simple. We got to show up. Everyone's got to score points. National tournament, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who you think you're going to have next round. A lot of times things don't happen. Crazy things go on, as we've seen, for good and the bad. We've had guys step up big time, score points out of nowhere. We need that again. We need someone that we don't expect to do A, B, or C to get it done and wrestle above their seeds. And everyone else just got to show up, compete hard, and reward themselves. That's the biggest thing here. Everyone needs to reward themselves for the work and commitment that they put in, and you got to go earn it, because everyone else is fighting for that same thing. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. exciting, and a lot of great wrestling.
A lot of great wrestling. It's a great event. Very active. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to have everything there. These tournaments, you don't see the sun. You get there before it comes up. You leave after it goes down. But what more could you want seeing all this competition? You're going to be able to stream everything on ESPN. Pat, I know you're looking forward to it. Good luck to you and the guys out there.
Thanks. Hopefully we'll get you on the floor a little bit, Brian, so you can do some good interviews and good tweets.
Unfortunately, I do not have floor access for this event.
We'll find a way. There's always a way.
I need a backup SID here.
So pull your one of your teeth out like Donnie has, and maybe you could pass for his ID.
So what is that with people missing teeth right now?
I know.
Donnie, Hayden, anybody else?
Well, Timmy's had some issues. Not that he's missing one, but yeah, I guess that's a common theme going on right now. That's good luck going in the NCAAs.
You guys need some different opponents down that mat room. Everybody's beating up each other too much. Pat, good luck. Have fun out in St. Louis. Let's bring home some good accolades for NC State wrestling.
You got it. Go Pack.
I want to thank everybody for listening today. This is your Pack Mentality Pop-Ins podcast, covering all things NC State wrestling. Until next time, Wolfpack wrestling fans, go Pack.
Mentality Pop-Ins podcast is produced by the Mat Talk Podcast Network. For more wrestling podcasts, go to MatTalkOnline.com.